I'm Hans.
And I am Franz.
And we are here to pump you up. Welcome to the Level Up Life, Muscle and Mindset Mastery. Today I have a very special guest, one of Level Up trainers and great friend of mine. Some of you may know him, Dave Wazny, aka Waz. We're going to give a little background on him and talk fitness, mindset. So, Dave, aka Waz, tell me a little bit about your background. I don't know, from the beginning, sports, like you play sports.
I was involved with baseball, was just like you.
Yeah.
First love. Football, basketball. I wish I would have wrestled here in hindsight, but right around here, I was into everything. Kind of hurt my arm and decided I had a little party bone, and sports kind of backed off, and worked all around, a lot of construction. Married, 5 kids. Used to coach all their sports. Got a job in the oil field, working on a rig, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and kind of took a step back from there, and then came back around doing construction, and then linked up with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Or linked back up with you.
So I want to hear a little bit more about this injury. Did it create havoc in your life like mine did for me in any way, shape, or form?
I mean, definitely not that same variety, right? Like, my goal was pitch college baseball, right? See how far it went. And I mean, I was 15 and blew out my arm. I could throw hard, and that was about it. Couldn't master a changeup, curveball hung, and I had that party bone before, but I had no reason to hold back on that party bone. I mean, I was a very analytical guy. I mean, didn't matter mom, dad, and other people telling me I'm good. Facts are facts. I wasn't overpowering people.
No.
So, I mean, the dream sailed away. And just kind of turned into what it was.
So you say party bone. I know what you mean on that, but some of our viewers might not know. Let's dive into it. Like, I want to hear your experience with that specifically.
A lot of marijuana, psychedelics, drinking. As I got older, with drinking being legal, that became the go-to. And I moved out at 18 from my parents' house, and I only had so much money for so much. So it was work and drink for the most part.
Okay. So when you worked on the oil rigs, was there a lot of that type of stuff going on there? I know construction. I've worked construction, food and beverage, and I know that stuff was really prevalent in those types of industries. So is that the same in the oil field?
Well, I mean, I've heard stories about parts, but I work for big companies, far as operators. I worked for Chevron and Shell and XTO, and we were drug tested all the time. So drugs, not really. We were drug and alcohol tested. So the first 2 years before I got sober, I stressed out some breathalyzers that, we started at 5:30 in the morning, but, my boss would have me be the last to go, and I was still sweating bullets for sure a few times.
That's hard work, isn't it?
It is. It definitely was. The hardest part was being gone 2 weeks at a time. Like I said, I played 2 or 3 softball leagues a week, and I coached 3 of my kids playing ball, and they always came first, and then mine. And I could still play when I was around. But my 2 weeks gone, I couldn't devote the time to coaching. I was always there to help, but usually it was me writing out lineups, standing on third base, instructing all the kids, and I had to take a back seat. I missed birthdays, missed all the holidays. I think I had 7 years in before I got my first Christmas at home after I left. So
you're it had to really, really wear on you being gone, because the Waz I know is a huge family man. Like, family is first, and you are like, they're very close to your heart. So
oh yeah, starting out it was super tough. After that, it became a rhythm. I learned how to take a little step back. My wife was obviously the lead parent, where we're the same morally. Obviously, a father's love, mother's love, a little bit different, but it had to be more her way, instead of making the kids try and walk a line of what's okay here, what's not. As they got older, it was a little bit easier in the routine, but I had 2 weeks off too. So summertime, I generally didn't, work for anybody around when I got home, where sometimes I would. I mean, we could take the vacations in, and it didn't matter. I didn't have to take time off of work, because I had, I work half the month as it was. So we could up and go. We could turn little day trips into long weekends, and we didn't have to figure anything out. It was, hey, let's do this. Off we went.
So there's some good and bad too,
yeah.
doing the schedule you had.
Yeah.
So how many kids do you have? I know you got a big family.
I got 5.
And then you've adopted some of. They're not really your kids, but you treat them like your own, right?
Oh yes. So my oldest is 27, youngest is 19. Pretty much all of my kids at one point or another had kids that pretty much became fixtures in the house. And my wife to most of them is Jer Bear, and I'm Daddy Dave. And I mean, it doesn't matter. There's my oldest daughter's longtime best friend is generally the very first one to send happy birthdays and stuff like that over Facebook before anybody else. So
yeah, it's rare you see families like that big with all the kids over all the time. I know my grandparents, they had 7 kids, and I know I've heard stories about them having 15 kids at their house at one point in time. So I'm sure it was just an awesome time period.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, there were times where you wanted peace and quiet, right? But the sound of kids getting loud was the best, especially when they're little, right? Mm-hmm. There's nothing better. And I mean, used to loathe them girl birthday parties where there'd be 12 girls screaming and screeching, and I was looking for an out to be somewhere else. How much you miss that stuff when it ain't there. I'm ready for grandbabies.
Yeah, I have 4 stepsons, so I can relate. My bonus sons is what I call them, but they're getting to that age where it's, they're starting to, in college do their own thing more, and it's just not the same. So, so let me hear about fitness. Fitness is, we're both trainers, so I want to hear about how fitness has been a staple of your life. I know, the viewers may not know like I do, but I want to hear where it started and kind of give me the journey.
Started in my garage when first got with my wife. It was, I went from living out on my own, being super skinny, drinking too much, to tempering a little bit back, kind of playing a dad role. And this is pre-marriage, and the home cooking every night. I parked out a little bit, and I had bought a couple weight benches, and everything went in the garage, and I was seasonal. I would work out from the fall into the spring. And once ball season was getting close, I was coaching or I was playing.
Right.
And that would be a repeat cycle. And it was like that from probably 23, 24, somewhere in there to about 30 when I got into the oil field. And then with that schedule, I was able to work out year round. And it became the new drug of choice when I quit drinking and all that lifestyle. That was my new thing, was working out and devoting the time there.
I can definitely relate because I went from using as a coping mechanism to the lifting side of things is huge for me now. Just, I always say mad, sad, glad. When I work out, I feel better. And it just kind of keeps me, level.
Oh, yeah.
So it is my new coping mechanism. So
absolutely.
Definitely relate to that, man. So when we have clients we work with, when you have a client that's struggling, whether it's with some consistency or what's a strategy that you use to get them to reignite that motivation?
I mean, I'd try and let them know where, like you said, we can relate always. Guaranteed there's times when it comes to your time to work out in the day, you're not feeling it for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. We all struggle with it. I don't care what shape anybody's in our motivation and everything else, but making it fun. Because once you start and you're going through, them endorphins are kicking in. And what you were dreading 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, walking in the door, dissipates. And you're uplifted. And there's other people doing the same thing. And that's just trying to get better. It's pretty easy to try and give that push. And reaching out. Reaching out when we're not seeing them familiar faces, where we've talked about numerous times of, not even clients. Hey, I haven't seen them around. Right. Reaching out to them, making sure they're okay. Because the gym is very similar to church, right? It's that same family. And it's
community.
It's huge. And we look out for each other. I mean, it doesn't matter from somebody super skinny that's trying to put on a little bit of weight, or somebody that's trying to lose weight, somebody that just wants to get moving and feel better because their body aches. We're family, and it's all that same goal, and that's to feel better.
Yep, 100% agree. I can think of a few people that I've reached out to just recently that, the gratitude that they feel, even if they're not our clients, and they feel this wave of gratitude that, someone notices them. And sometimes that can be a huge contributor. When I went through treatment, and I kind of simplified everything down to what is my purpose, and it's just helping people, and that's what that is. Those messages you send on Facebook, or a text message, or a quick call checking in on someone, that is fulfilling that purpose for me. Because I mean, it can be as simple as that can pull someone out of a very dark place. I've been in those dark places, and it's just, you never know what a simple act of kindness can do for someone.
Oh, absolutely. I feel exactly the same way.
So, what is a little fun question here? I'm anticipating one, but I don't know if there's another one. What's your least favorite exercise?
Oh, lunges.
That's what I was thinking. So, if you
walking lunges, I got to
lunges. Okay.
Rephrase. When I'm walking around the gym.
See, I love lunges. I love them.
See, lunges themselves, Bulgarians with your foot up on bench. Love them. Walking around the gym doing lunges, there's no.
Yeah, a lot of people would say burpees. I know a lot of our clients, they despise burpees. So part of that too, and I ask because do you ever do lunges yourself?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
walking lunges.
No.
So there's variations we can substitute though for people, because when we're programming for clients, if they come to us and they say, was I despise exercise. There's so many exercises out there that we can find something that's going to accomplish a similar goal without them going through that type of pain. And really it's about, for me, I like lunges. I don't like barbell bench press at all. It hurts my shoulder. I can do it, but it just doesn't give me the same feel as other exercises. So I do dumbbells. But in that context, it's like, if you're associating working out at the gym with something you'd really dislike, like if we had our clients puking every session, do you think they're going to keep coming back, making fitness consistent? No. They're going to end up not coming back. They're going to be like, I associate working out with throwing up. And then if we start what else do we associate throwing up with? Being sick. Like, you're not going to get any joy out of going to the gym if that's the case. So I know in programming wise, I want it to be the most enjoyable experience for someone, because then they're going to be consistent.
Yep, absolutely. And so, the rapport back and forth with somebody, making it fun, right? Same with myself. I do forms of forward lunges, reverse lunges, Bulgarians I absolutely love.
Most people would say you're psycho too, because they don't like those.
Yeah, and most people, when it comes to that conversation, the walking lunges, they would rather do walking. I don't know, something about walking around the gym like that. But the reason why they don't like, this certain thing, try and not be that drill instructor type, and more the motivational and uplifting. And a lot of times using my finger as a counter and distracting them through some of the worst exercises typically for people.
Do you use dad jokes too?
No, not especially. Not especially.
No, that's my gig.
It is way, way more your gig.
Yep. Now let's take a moment to thank our sponsors, Pine Haven Assisted Living. At Pine Haven Assisted Living, they believe in making every resident feel at home. Nestled in the peaceful countryside of Hemlock, Michigan, they offer compassionate care in a family-like environment where residents can enjoy independence with the support they need. Registered nurse-owned and operated, their team provides personalized care, home-cooked meals, and a range of activities to ensure your loved ones continue to live a fulfilling life. They also have alpacas and llamas on site to enrich the lives of their residents. Experience the warmth and comfort of Pine Haven. Call them today at 989-295-6632. That's 989-295-6632. Or you can visit them on their website at pinehavenassistedliving.com. That's pinehavenassistedliving.com for more information. Now, back to the Level Up Life. So, what's your favorite exercise? Do you have one, or maybe a favorite body part to train?
I really love doing legs. That's why this last little bit has been rough for me, because I haven't been able to go hard on my legs with my foot. I don't know.
Tell our viewers what happened to your foot, so they have a little bit of background since you're including it.
So I was fighting a little plantar fasciitis, and I had calmed down and had some inserts in my shoes and was going calm. And we trained some of the juveniles at the Juvenile Justice Center. And the end of the workout, Adam and I will give some free time. And we were playing basketball, a little 2-on-2. Wasn't going too hard, and I don't believe I still was when I was going for that rebound. But the second step, that fascia decided to go, and it dropped me like Bubba or what, like Forrest carrying Bubba out of the jungle. So, been fighting that, easing my way into the shoe and out of the walking boot for a few hours each day now at this point, and just limited on how hard I can really push on my legs, and especially putting my foot in any too far flexed and extended position.
So now that you've laid the groundwork for that, I'm sure it's not your first, bump, bruise
Oh, no.
that you've had to deal with. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners can relate to, I mean, if you're lifting and exercising long enough, you're gonna experience some sort of injury along the way. Now it doesn't have to be like a complete deterrent from exercising, right? Like
Right.
yours was on your foot, but you were still able to do upper body stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
just so our viewers know, I always recommend checking with your doctor first. And as long as you're not engaging that part of your body, and you can still keep that, because sometimes it's just about, let's keep this routine alive, because it's harder to restart than if you are able to continue to keep that habit going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely not first injury. I'm probably a little dumb in that regard of pushing the envelope. I have always told my boys and a lot of people that I have mentored along the lines is it's a hairline between being a badass and a dumbass. And how fast I bounce from side to side my whole life is pretty extreme. But you got to know when to back off.
Yep.
And listening to your body more than anything. And the older I've gotten, the easier that is. But our pride and our egos get in the way, even no matter what, right? I mean, I pride myself on not having a whole lot of ego, not how much I can hike, how much I can do, and how much weight I can move. I've never been that guy, but I still push it because I need that therapy. I need to have the earbuds in and working out.
I can relate to that. So now that we got your favorite exercises, no, we didn't touch on that. Let's go back to that. What's your favorite exercise?
Man, I really don't have one.
All of it?
Yeah. Bulgarians for legs would be my favorite leg one. There's something just grueling about that punishment. I mean, I can feel my legs exploding. I always love some incline work for my chest. And I don't know. There's not much I don't like. That list would be easier to rattle off because there's not much.
Right. Mine kind of changes, I guess you could say, as I evolve as a human being, and my body, I have aches and pains in different spots, but right now I really like training my abs, which this is actually the first time since I started lifting that I've actually enjoyed training abs, which is it's fun now. It's exhilarating. I've went through phases with legs. I've went through phases with shoulders, and as far as body parts go, I think I've hit on every body part being my favorite at some point. But the standard, most favorite is shoulders. It's always been shoulders, and I remember. So it was, what was it, back in 2018? You were working on the rig still, and decided to come back to the gym. You were back in town, and we decided to do some crazy high volume shoulder day. I don't even remember. You had an app you tracked it with.
Yep.
I can't remember what it was called, but we did like an insane amount of volume.
Oh my goodness.
We were working out for what, 2 hours or something?
Yeah, it was an insane long shoulder workout, and I mean, if I remember right, we moved around 80 to 100,000 pounds each for our shoulders that day.
Yeah, it was a bit excessive.
Oh, it's extreme excessive.
It was fun, but we had a conversation that day. I recall it really, really clearly because as Level Up was starting to grow more and more, and I got to a point where I was like, man, I'm going to have to start turning people away, which the whole reason, like, I combine the training with a career is because I can help someone and earn a living at the same time. So I'm fulfilling my passion and my purpose, and I get to do it every day. So I don't want to turn people away because I'm helping them, right? Mm-hmm. And that's when it was like light bulb moment. I remember our conversation. What did you say? I want your perspective of the conversation we had.
I mean, I just remember talking. I mean, was jealous, right? Like watching you work with them clients. And it was something I had always wanted to do when I first had gotten into working out. And I had showed, numerous people and my kids and, having workout buddies and showing around the gym. I mean, and it was just always a goal. It didn't fit, right? And in my younger days, and being local and raising the family and then being gone 2 weeks at a time. I mean, it just wasn't in the cards to try and be a trainer and you're on your own half the time and then come around for 2 weeks. I mean, especially when, internet was obviously still a thing, but where it was even then and how it was utilized. And a lot of times I wasn't anywhere with much phone service.
Right.
I couldn't do online coaching or even doing phone calls or anything with clients. It was just a pipe dream, to me, something I wanted to do to help make a difference in people's lives. But
I feel like it was destiny, like just how everything worked out where, the business was getting to this point, and then the way you were able to transition away from more of the construction stuff as the business grew. And
oh yeah.
And now here we are. Like, I'm grateful you're on the team, man. And I watch you interact with your clients, and I see, you're doing it. Just it's like the whole philosophy. I didn't have to teach you; it just comes natural to you. The whole helping others, right? It's built into who you are.
I mean, I definitely try, and I mean, I'm beyond thankful. I mean, it was 100% God's work. It happened to be that Facebook memory of us, different workout. It wasn't shoulder day, it was arm day. And as we're having your mom take the picture, I couldn't even flex my arm. All I could do was hold it up. And it came up in my memories. I sent that picture to you. You were looking to bring somebody on. We hit a slow spot, and with work and as stuff painted, it sucked all the enjoyment, all the transformation of bathrooms and homes that me and my buddy I worked with did. That stress level climbed, and I hadn't known stress in a long time, 8 years after quitting drinking at that point, and the stuff that I had went through. It was simple as give it to God. Saying it to somebody else, I lived it until that low, and the savings dwindled, and the stress just got too big. It was just a godsend. And now to where I'm not throwing a tool belt on unless it's just for close friends or, helping somebody out, and it's enjoyable again. Because I dreaded waking up in the morning doing it. Something that I loved for 20 plus years had turned into a pretty low.
Yeah, just thinking, I mean, the way that it all just happened, it's really cool to then be, because I consider you, and I guess my sister does some, genealogy stuff, and I guess there's a link between the Whitroats and Waznys at some point. So I do feel like I have a brother in you.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm grateful that you're on this journey, man, and that. So tell me about like your experience coming on a podcast. Is this your first time?
It's the very first time.
Okay, so as being a co-host, it's just like a conversation. But I can tell you, like my first one when I was here, you know, looking at the camera, it was just me. I was rigid. I felt like a board, a 2x4, thinking construction work. You know, that's what I felt like. And it was. I've been on other local podcasts, and it was just a different avenue. But I went into it since we talked mindset, and I know I kind of wanted to bridge that together with you mentioned you hadn't known stress, so this is minor compared to if there's financial troubles or something like that. What was your approach, like mindset, just for the podcast, and how does that kind of compare to, because that's minor stress, but to a major stressful event, and how do you cope with those?
I mean, now I'm back, you know, just normal living, right? With stress as anybody. That one had got when I did time in jail for over drinking related offenses, and that's what, you know, caused me to quit drinking. And just being locked up, it put such a better and different view on life, everything. I mean, you probably didn't know a bigger Tigers fan or sports fan and just a diehard in general. Some of that stuff didn't matter. Still enjoyed it, but I was okay to miss the game. My family, which was always a priority, became the ultimate priority. And my wife and kids after that time away from them. And now I do a lot of praying continuously. My walks with my dog, a lot of my workouts. I got music going, but I'm constantly praying and talking with God. And that can't never could mindset of just go, right? I'm not the first one to worry about how I'm going to pay that next house note or whatever bill it is. Everybody knows what hardship is. Everyone knows what struggle is. God has always got me through. God will always get me through. That timing is perfect every time, no matter how it feels to me. And it's not always super easy, but my faith lies in that, and that's the biggest reason why I can get through.
Right. And I just, in what you were saying there, I heard that you have natural stress relievers that, you know, are built into your days, right? Your fur baby, Daisy. Oh man, Daisy's awesome. But you walk her every day. That's perfect, low impact stress relief. The exercise, praying, all these things are built into your day. And I know people I've talked to before, whether it's substance abuse or, you know, doesn't even have to be chemical related dependency. It can be something else that just the weight of life is just crushing them, and that their daily habits, they don't have that stress reliever built into their day, like exercise, a walk, some physical activity, prayer, anything like that. It's not built into their day. So that pressure just, you don't have that relief valve. It just continues to build and build and build. And eventually, if you let the pressure build too long, it's either going to burst or blow out the bottom, or something's going to happen.
Yep.
So it's important, I think, for everyone to have some sort of stress relief built into their day. For me, working out, I'm right on the same page with you there. I drive a lot, so during my drives, I'm able to decompress. My wife, that's all, and it's all important stuff. Prayer, it's all stuff that helps. It prevents me from imploding or exploding or getting to a point where I feel like slick starts creeping back in my head. And for the viewers out there, slick is this voice in my head. I know some other recovering addicts have slick back there, and we have to temper him, or he's out there doing push-ups in the parking lot waiting for us to let our guard down. And basically that's when those thoughts of using will creep in, when you let that stress build. So yeah, the stress release is huge. So closing out here, where can people train with you? How can they find you?
Right along with you at Edison's. I also train out of Edge in Sanford. But reach out to us at Level Up, right? Facebook or on the web, and come see us.
So next week on Level Up episode number 3, we're going to have Jimmy Green on from Saginaw Spirit. Really looking forward to interviewing him. Once again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Grateful, bottom of my heart. You guys take the time out of your day to listen to us. Don't forget, click like on the video, subscribe, leave a review. Head over to Level Up Fitness and Training and the Level Up Life podcast. Level Up Life, Muscle and Mindset Mastery.
You